And on the 17th day, the siege was broken. 2 subscribers wrote in from the east. Our analytics started to improve. Impressions increased and the likes skyrocketed. Thank you for your continued support battling the forces of evil, the lizard people of the world, the fact checkers, and the censors. Welcome everybody to The Real Report. Make sure to hit the like button, comment down below, even if it's just a thumbs up, and subscribe. Today we're going to be talking about Germany's new healthcare crunch, yet another shortage. We're going to be talking about 2. One of which is the last straw, and also a bizarre, perhaps almost ominous warning from no other than the selective services. So, stay tuned. This is a good one. German health minister warns of hospital closures. Now, before anybody says, why are you using RT for a source? Reuters has the exact same article. So, Berlin must act quickly over their hospital closures that are on the horizon. Why is that? Well, many hospitals in Germany may be forced into bankruptcy due to soaring energy prices and inflation. The hospitals will face a very drastic liquidity problem in the next few months. Keep in mind, winter hasn't even set in yet. Nobody, they said, can predict how expensive electricity will be next year. Extra energy costs account for just a third of that sum, while the rest of it was non-refinanced increases in material costs due to soaring inflation. We cannot create separate special funds for each sphere. The hospitals are in a very special situation. Annual inflation in Germany hit a nice new record. Germany continues to rise by double digits, accelerating to 10.9% in September. Anybody say Weimar Republic? Enormous price rises for energy products as well as food costs as the main reasons for the high inflation. Skyrocketing gas prices could push the EU's largest economy into a recession. Could push, fact check, will push them into a recession. Gas prices hitting record levels. In case you didn't know, Russia once covered over 40% of the EU's gas needs. No more. Can thank the saboteurs of the Nord Stream for that. German energy giant EnBW announced on Tuesday that gas prices for households will rise again by an average of 38% more. Starting December 1st, the announcement comes about 3 months after the previous increases went into effect. Again, another 38% on top of the already, realistically, a couple 100% increase. EnBW again further rise retail gas prices as procurement costs spiral out of control, raising the bill for a typical 4-person household by an additional 768 euros. Right now, it's going to go up about 13.54 euro cents per kilowatt hour. Energy markets have been experiencing unprecedented price increases and permanently high price levels in recent months. And in case you thought things couldn't get bad, well, now they're worse. Here's why the U.S. is facing a butter shortage, of all things, ahead of the holidays. So, in case you wanted to enjoy some holiday cookies or, nice buttered rolls for Thanksgiving, well, you better stock up now because America is facing a butter shortage right before the holiday season. The amount of butter sitting in U.S. storage facilities in August fell 10% month over month, and it's already down 22% compared to the same time a year ago. Here's the pounds, 282 million pounds of butter in warehouses last month, which is down from 362 million. That is a big difference. Demand is outpacing supplies in the West, and producers are running reduced production schedules. And reduced production schedules, those lead to layoffs. Layoffs, then you can't ramp up production. So it's a lovely cycle. Some producers are going to regulate supplies across existing orders, talking about tight inventories. Now, as supplies dwindle, the price for butter has surged, outpacing all the other food on the consumer price index. Butter prices rose 24.6%, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Historically high butter prices are all but certain to continue. Supply problems are the result of the U.S. dairy farmers and butter processors struggling to increase production due to rising costs of feed, energy, heifers, and even labor. Some churns are slowing production due to tight U.S. milk supplies and short staffing. Ding, ding, ding at plants. Monthly milk production has dropped in several of the past months. And to wrap things up for this article, competition for scarce milk will put cheesemakers at a disadvantage to butter manufacturers that are better positioned to pay higher prices for milk. So apparently it's going to affect cheese as well. With higher prices, cheese processor margins will be squeezed, resulting in slower cheese production. So I will go and buy some more mozzarella because I enjoy making homemade pizza and I enjoy baking. So I think I'll stock up on another deep freeze full of butter. Here we have this article from Fox. I'm a professional baker and the butter shortage has me worried. We're also talking about the rail strikes. A lot of the baking ingredients across the countries are delivered via rail, so also something to consider. And of course, on top of the butter, a perfect storm of disruptions will create a global champagne shortage. Yes, so in case you enjoy a nice glass or flute of bubbly, champagne is harder to find these days after a perfect storm of disruptions. The U.S. is currently in the early stages of a champagne shortage that is expected to last several years. Delightful. Delivery to the U.S. can now take twice or even 3 times as long. And here's a really bizarre one. You ever heard of the selective services? Well, this came out on October 7th, and this is the last thing before we wrap up the video. Parents, if your son is an only son and the last male in your family to carry the family name, he is still required to register with SSS. Learn more about who needs to register at sss.gov. I want you guys to think about that for a second. If your son is an only son and the last male in your family to carry the family name, you still have to register with the selective services. Of course, that is the draft. A very bizarre, strangely timed tweet, if you ask me, as things ramp up in Europe. Biden makes some pretty insane statements. I was going to cover this in another one. Well, actually, this is going to be a whole separate video. I can't read this out loud or the video will get censored, so read this on your screen. And then I think it's interesting that the selective services thing comes out a week before the White House today scrambles after Biden suggests Pakistan's nukes are unsafe. The White House is in damage control after rare criticism directed against U.S. ally Pakistan by Joe Biden has created an uproar and severe diplomatic tensions in a stroke of genius. Biden said last Thursday that Pakistan was one of the most dangerous nations in the world because it has nuclear weapons without any cohesion. The United States, however, quickly reassuring its ally, U.S. remains confident that Pakistan can secure its nuclear arsenal, a reversal of Biden's own words. The United States is confident of Pakistan's commitment and its ability to secure its nuclear assets, from the State Department spokesman. So things are definitely getting weirder. Things are accelerating every single day. Continue to prep, continue to stock up, continue to keep a close eye on everything. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. And also, too, I'm going to throw the link into the description. I don't expect anybody to donate, but this will be the 53rd video. So if anybody feels like donating anything equal to the value of my work, I'm going to put the Buy Me a Coffee link down below. I appreciate any support. Have a good night.